So today I want to talk about the crazy, chaotic, wild west of voiceover rates.
Every moment is a teachable moment.
What do I charge? Oh my goodness. Always the question that I get from my students, especially when they're just getting out into voiceover industry and they want to know how to quote a client for a particular job. There are lots of different genres and lots of different ways to charge your clients. So first of all, you want to know where and how your voiceover is going to be used. And if your voiceover is going to be used in a particular medium, such as a television commercial, a radio commercial, maybe a commercial on the internet, or anything that would be considered broadcast, you want to consider broadcast rates. And there's a lot of variations depending on what it is, where it's going to be played, and for how long it's going to be played. And probably the very best resource that I can recommend to you when you are trying to quote a rate for a broadcast voiceover is the GVAA rate guide, or the Gravy for the Brain rate guide, or even SAG-AFTRA. It's a great place to start. When you look at the rate guide, you're going to notice that they are categorized, and a lot of them are based on local, regional, or national. And then, of course, you'll want to know what market that's in. And so local can be, your local market in New York, or it can be in a big market. I'm talking upstate New York, or it can be like a big market, which would be like New York City or Los Angeles, or, any major market. Those typically will be able to get you a little bit more money. You can charge more for those if it's going to be in a major market. If it's going to be in a small local market, then of course your rate is going to be a little bit less. And then of course regional might be, the Northeast, the Midwest, the Southwest, or a series of states that it will be broadcast in that will command a little bit higher rate. And of course, national spots will typically get you the highest rates for broadcast. There's also now, with the advancements of technology and the internet, there is now broadcast on the internet, and that really is still in a state of fluctuation, I would say. However, things are becoming much more common you'll be asked to quote something that will be used on social media, or something that will be streamed on a streaming radio station like SiriusXM or Pandora or Spotify, or somehow be used on the internet. And so that's where you've got a little bit of play happening. Understand, though, that when you are asked to quote for something being not only either on a television commercial or a radio spot, and then also through social media or on the internet, that you really do need to take a look at increasing that quote, because now all of a sudden with the internet, you're practically global. The first thing I would do is absolutely go to those guides, the GVAA rate guide and Gravy for the Brain. They are constantly being updated. And also just to know that when you are creating a quote for a client, these are just guidelines for you. And so you can quote based on those guidelines, higher or lower. And I'm always, telling my students to really know your worth. First of all, your voice on a commercial that's being broadcast in multiple places can really be a benefit to the brand which you are representing, and can increase sales. And so do not discount the fact that your voice is really helping to boost sales for that company, for that product. And for that, you deserve fair compensation. Do yourself a favor. Make sure you go to the rate guides and you study the rate guides, and you really try to understand the differences between the markets, between the pricing for specific things, and make sure that you're looking into the details on the descriptions, because the rate guide changes frequently, as does the market. And so you really want to make sure that the next time somebody asks you for a quote and you're under pressure, that you're able to respond in a reasonably, fast manner to them, and there won't be anything that will take you by surprise. I can't tell you how many people have texted me frantically, panicking. Oh my gosh, what should I charge? What should I charge? So do yourself a favor and really go out there and research those rate guides. Get to know them. Try to understand the differences between the regional markets, the local markets, the national markets, and then also for how long, and also understand from your client exactly when, where, and how the voiceover is going to be used. That is something that you must get absolutely clear. And there's nothing wrong with going back and forth with your client and making sure that you are clear on how your voice will be used. If you'd like more business tips, make sure to check out my videos here. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next week.